playing against Adelphi University. Yesterday, Travis, they played against different teams. Adelphi played Malloy, Queens played Pace. Different results for each team.
Yeah, so we'll start with Queens. Queens dropped yesterday to Pace 76-59. Defense, a little bit shaky at times. They had opportunities throughout the game, but Pace controlled most of it. So Queens definitely today going to have to clean up a little bit of the team defense as well as some of the shooting. They went 5 for 17 from 3 yesterday, so 29% from the 3. Certainly not going to help their case, Jim. For Adelphi, big win yesterday. You mentioned to me before the game, they looked like they were in mid-season form last night. They had a great matchup against Malloy, 101-70, very high scoring, and they were shooting the lights out. They were shooting out of the gym yesterday from the field, 43 for 73. So a ton of attempts and 58%. I mean, it's going to be hard to continue that pace, but it's a great showing in day one of the season.
So they got a lot of new players. Andres Vigencio, for example, Tavin V. Phillip. They brought a lot to the table yesterday to blend in with the veterans like Deshaun Walton.
Yeah, so I mean, when you look at both rosters, they both have some veterans. They both brought in some transfers. Adelphi, like you mentioned, some new guys. They really stepped up to the plate yesterday. I'm looking at graduate player Tavin Pierre Philippe. In 32 minutes yesterday, went 18, 5, and 5. He was 50% from the 3. He's going to be a key player for this Adelphi team, not just today, but all season long.
Tavin V. Philly played at New Haven. Andres Valencia, as we mentioned earlier, played at Bloomfield, also played at Lowell. What do you think are the keys to today's game?
So I mentioned it a little bit not too long ago. For Queens, it's certainly going to be cleaning up that team defense, having a little bit more accuracy on when they're shooting the ball, both from the field and from the 3, getting more opportunities at the line. They were fouling a lot yesterday. I think today they got to try to draw some more fouls, get into the paint, make those tough plays, get the tough baskets. For the Panthers, it's going to try to do a lot of the same as yesterday. You're obviously not going to be able to replicate across every minute of basketball in this game, but if you can replicate a lot of what you did yesterday, you're going to leave this weekend 2-0.
We'll be back for the starting lineups. You're watching NE10 now on Flow College.
Thank you. So, moving forward, I will have them lower this while you guys are doing this. So, for the post game, are you doing post game today? Sure. Well, I don't know how you guys are doing.
Coaches and spectators. Profanity, racial or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, coaches, team representatives, and officials will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the Center for Recreation and Sport.
We welcome you back to the Center for Recreation and Sport. Jim Pittman with Travis Quigley. Queens College playing at Adelphi University here on the campus of Adelphi University. Queens is going to be wearing the home whites, however, in this classic. They rotate uniforms. Adelphi will be wearing their road blacks, even they're playing on their own floor. This should be a very interesting game. Travis, last year when they played, Queens beat Adelphi in the opening game of the conference challenge last year. That was played over at Malloy. So there's a little revenge factor, I think, for Adelphi, but they got so many new guys, it's not going to be that big. One o'clock scheduled tip-off here on NE10 now. Low College.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Center for Recreation and Sport for today's contest featuring Queens College and your Adelphi University Panthers. We now have
It's time for our national anthem. And now today's starting lineups. First for the guest on the scoreboard, the Panthers with Adelphi University. Wearing number 1, Deshaun Walton. He's a 6'4 junior out of Albany. Number 2 is Andres Villagencio. He's a 6'4 senior. He's played at UMass Lowell as well as Bloomfield. Number 3 is Tavon Pierre-Philippe. He's a graduate student. He's also played at New Haven. Number 4 is Mason Jackson. He's a 6'6 guard. He's at Norwich Free Academy. He's a junior. And in the post, number 15, wearing is 6'10", Nuha Sagna. He's a senior. He's played at the College of St. Rose, St. Francis College, and he's from the country of Gambia, which is in West Africa. The head coach for the Panthers is Dave Duke. He's in his 10th season. For the home team on the scoreboard, the Knights from Queens College. Number 0 is Nassan Ayala. He's a 6'3 senior guard. He played at Carleton State. He had a nice game yesterday, scoring at 15 points. Number 1 is J.C. Jay is a senior guard. He's a transfer from Deerfield Academy. Also, he played at Holy Cross. He had a 14-point game last night. Number 2 is Jaden Seraphin. He's a 6'4 senior. He's from Malvern High School right down the block. He's closing in on 1,000 points, about 200 points away. Number 5 is Omari Bird. He's a 6'8". He's from Michigan. He wears number 5. And number 45 is Demiri Lindo. He's a 6'5 senior. He's from Oakland, California, and he played over at Nebraska Candy, another D2 league in the Midwest. The head coach of Knights is Matt Collier. He's in his 8th season. Travis, this should be interesting. Styles, great games. Queens in the past has been a pressing team. They didn't do it too much last night. And like you mentioned in the pregame, their defense wasn't too good.
Yeah, it's something that they're going to be looking to improve upon, especially in the early going of this contest. The nice part about it is it's the opening weekend. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of time throughout the season to fix some of those little mistakes, zone in on what your team is going to be good at throughout the year. and what your primary focus is going to be. So Queens College has time here. They can look at yesterday and they can either dwell on yesterday's loss, or they can come in today's game, or they can come in with a different approach and say, you know what, we're going to split this weekend and we're going to beat Adelphi on their home court. Adelphi.
And also in reverse, you don't want to get too cocky if you're Adelphi. Like you said, it's new season. You got to put yesterday's game behind you, even though you played great, because every day is a new day.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth there, Jim. Because Adelphi, on the opposite hand, almost had a complete opposite game. They were shooting the lights out. They were playing great team defense. So it was two different tales of the tape. It'll be really interesting. I'm looking to the first 5 minutes of this game to see how each team starts out.
Absolutely. Adelphi in the black uniforms. They're going left to right on the computer screen. New Segnia will jump for the Panthers. Omari Bird will jump for Queens. They're wearing their white uniforms, red number, blue trim. Adelphi controls the tap. Is it Fiencio with the ball? Over to Mason Jackson between the circles. Deshaun Walton with a spin move, looking inside to Jackson. They've been teammates for 3 years. Shot in by Mason Jackson. Panthers get the first points.
Good job inside the paint there from Jackson.
JC bringing it up for the Knights. Into the corner. Bird puts it on the floor. Pull up. Friendly roll for Omari. Correction, Demiri Lindo on that. Where's number 45? Early season for the announcers, too, Travis.
Yeah, we're all getting used to it.
This is Walton with it. The lefty backs his man in. Little baby hook. Can't finish. Loose ball picked up by Queens. Sees past the Seraphin, and Jaden gets fouled going for the layup. Jaden Seraphin's an interesting person. Down the road is where he grew up, Malvern High School. Stands 6'4", weighs 185. Struggled yesterday, only had 3 points.
Went 2 for 2 from the line yesterday. Or, pardon me, 3 for 4 from the line yesterday. And that was where Queens actually had a bit of success. They were 18 for 25 from the free throw line yesterday, so about 72%. Obviously, you want to get that number a little bit closer to 80, but very good numbers from Queens' first game of the season.
Missed both free throws, Adelphi with it. 2-2 here in the early minutes. Jackson reverses to Fiencio. Philippe finds Mason Jackson on a backdoor cut. That's one of Duke's favorite plays throughout his 10-year tenure. Backdoor plays, easy layup that time for the Panthers. By the way, last possession, Mason Jackson was charged with a foul. First for the team. C forces the pass, is intercepted by Jackson. Panthers look to run as usual. Floater by Jackson, in and out. Rebound by Bird for Queens. They run up the sideline here. This is Lindo. He's a lefty. It's a cutting Bird. Shot is rejected. Loose ball. Queens comes up with it. Lindo for 3. Ball in and out. Walton reverses to Travon Pierre Phillip. Into Fiencio from the corner. And Andres knocks it down. Fiencio made 3 threes yesterday in the win against Malloy. See handling it. Step back. And Tavin Pierre Philippe is going to get called on the foul. Closed out too hard, Travis, on the shooter.
And this is good for Queens College early on. Getting these opportunities to get to the line helps build your confidence on the shot, not just at the charity stripe, but also from the field, from behind the three-point arc.
Well, what I like what they've done a couple times early is go inside.
Yes.
They're very good on the interior. Instead of settling for jump shots, look for your cutters. JC misses the free throw. He is 2 for 2 yesterday from the line. Played at Holy Cross. He's from Queens. Made the second free throw. 7-3 your score. Ball inside. They are having trouble. Ball is stripped. See with it at the top. Guarded by Jackson. Mason Jackson's the best perimeter defender for the Panthers. They're switching ball screens. Ball's out to Lindo. He's going to call for traveling. A little hop after he caught the ball. Plays today, Travis, they get so excited when they get the ball in reversals, looking to put it on the floor too quickly, and sometimes they shuffle.
Yeah, and you can almost attribute that as well as, again, it's early in the season. Players are excited. You get to school, you wait almost 2 months before you get into the action.
That's true. I'm still a high school coach, and what we try to do in that situation is make sure they catch in a triple threat and then shot fake before they dribble. Try to slow them down. C will take it out for Queens. They're in a box set out of bounds play. Mason Jackson out. Janelle Rancy in. He wears number 14. Janelle's a senior. He played at Caldwell. Dealt with injuries last year. Went to Longwood High School out in Suffolk County. Stands 6'8". C with it. Splits a trap versus the ball. Long three. Air ball. Shot that time by Nassan Ayala. Ayala's an interesting story. He went down in Texas and played at Tarleton State. The coach is Billy Gillespie. Billy Gillespie was the head coach at Kentucky prior to John Calipari. Just wrangled the top of the key. Over to Pierre Philippe. Having shot is nothing but a three. Knocked down. He showed us a lot last night, Travis. He made 3 threes.
Yeah, he was 50% from 3 last night. And already 1 for 1 here in this one.
Ball's on the far sideline. Little pick and roll action by Queens. Surfing with it. Ball's in the corner to C. Pull up. Air ball. Adelphi with a rebound. Sean Walton handling it. Inside is Sania. Pull up. Knocked down by Sania. Last time I made the comment that when I came to the practice last week, he was working on that move. At 6'10", turnaround jump shot, very hard to defend.
Certainly using his size and his reach to his advantage there. And a smooth shooting stroke on that one.
Soft touch. 12-3 Panthers. Ayala with it, being hounded by Walton. Walton plays both ends of the floor. Ayala trying to make an up and under move, and he's going to get a whistle. See if they get Walton on the foul, who's not happy. Yep, Deshaun's getting called for the foul.
You look at the scoreboard, Jim, it's 12-3, but it could be a lot closer because Queens is getting their opportunities. They're getting to the line. They just haven't made one yet.
Not finishing, no. They're 1 for 5 for the field right now. Matt Price is coming in. Afatia Khan is coming in as well. Afatia Khan played at Bloomfield, along with Andres Valencia. Coach Duke used the transfer portal to his advantage in his recruiting this year. He's got a lot of new guys, but they all got a lot of experience. A lot of them have played against Adelphi, so they know this gym.
I think when you look across all 3 levels, Jim, I mean, the transfer portal, coaches are finding ways to use it to their advantage every single season now.
Changed the whole landscape of college basketball.
It truly has.
Matt Price in the game for Adelphi. He wears number 11, the veteran from Massachusetts. Pull up by Fulgencio. No good. Rebound Queens. That's Bird with it. Over to Ayala. Ball screen by Queens. Ball's reversed. Lindo for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound comes back out to the Knights. C for the corner. Off. Rebound Adelphi. Good box out that time for Connor. Kicks it over to Price. Extra pass to the corner for Enzio. Shot. Gets the friendly roll. Timeout, Queens College. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. Adelphi with a 15-5 early lead.
Yeah, Adelphi 3 for 4 in their last 4 field goal attempts. They're on a 13-3 run right now over Queens College in the last 4 and change, just under 5 minutes. So Adelphi, I said it just before this game started, the first 5 minutes are going to be very, very crucial for both teams. We'll see how they come out. And Adelphi looks like they're the same team that was here last night. They're shooting out of the gym again, having a great job. They're doing a really good job in their paint defending. Queens is doing a good job getting inside, drawing fouls, getting themselves to the line. Now it's just about making those shots.
Yeah, they're 3 for 6 from the free throw line here in the early going.
0 for 4 from the 3, not going to help. 1 for 7 from the field. So, like I said, got to start hitting those shots.
Adelphi's 3 for 4 from downtown. It's going to be tonight's ball. C handling it. He runs the point spot for Queens College. Former Holy Cross Crusader. Or the Demiri Lindo. Demiri's from California. So C with it. Going against Price. C trying to break Matt down. Matt stays in his stance. Fadeaway jumper. In and out. Rebound by Seraphin. The Malvern graduates battling. Misses the shot. Walton with it. Over for Enzio. The Price driving baseline. Now he pulls it back out. Rangel with it. Over to Walton. Extra pass to the corner. Now Rangel in the far corner. Rangel to the rim. And he makes the layup. Good strong move against Seraphin. He's got a 3-inch advantage against Jaden, and he finished.
I was just about to say, use the size advantage there to get up and over Seraphin.
C over to the wing. In the corner. Now the pass cut. Ball's deflected. Adelphi looking to run. 4 on 3. Now we got a whistle. Then you get Lindo on the foul. That'll be his first. First on the Knights. Three subs in for the Knights. Shamar Chester, their top scorer, second leading scorer from a year ago, number 12's in the game. Tyler Michael wears number 13, he's a freshman from St. Francis Prep. Eric Tynes wears number 32, he prepped at Phillips and Academy Andover. Nice move that time by Connor. Very impressive with his game yesterday as well, Al Patir Connor. Also played at Bloomfield in New Jersey.
He had a good game, 4 for 5 from the field, 9, 2, and 4.
Good post move and a catch, and they can't finish. There'll be a whistle against Adelphi. Excellent post speed by the Knights. Ball went into Omar Kandi. He had also checked in. He went to Westchester Community College after playing high school ball in Harlem at Thurgood Marshall. One of the better programs in the PSAL.
Again, Knights doing a good job getting themselves to the line here. They can close the gap as long as they start making these shots. Got to get the free baskets when they're given to you.
I always said that big men should shoot more free throws in practice than guards. Why? Because when they get the ball inside, they're going to be, there's going to be a lot of contact. So. Some of the greats of all time couldn't shoot free throws. I'm sure we remember Shaquille O'Neal. My day, Will Chamberlain couldn't make a free throw.
Yep.
Except on the day when he had 100 points. He couldn't miss that day. Delphi ball. 19-7 lead. To the rim. In and out. Rangel with the rebound. Kicks it back out. Shot is short. Mason Jackson grabs it. Rangel, hand off to Matt Price. Price pivots. Over to Connor. Back to Price. Far wing. Keeps the dribble alive. Uses the crossover move. Shot clock running down. Ball inside to Rangel. Nowhere to go. Good defense by Queens. Outstanding job by Condi defending Rangel. 19-7 your score. Panthers by 12. There's Chester, number 12. Averaged close to 14 points a game last year. Very active on the glass. Condi doing it on both ends. Good defense on that defense, and then good follow-up on the putback there. Offensive rebound.
Condi certainly earned those points right there.
Rangel left wide open, and he makes the layup. Missed assignment that time by the Knights.
Yeah, it looked like it was just a miscommunication right there. That's all that was.
Defense, you got to talk. Communicate with your teammate. Chester with a long three, nothing but net. Disappointed in his game yesterday. I was looking forward to seeing him play. Second leading scorer in the team last year. Trying to step it up here this afternoon.
Yeah, a shot like that, your first shot of the game that you take. When it falls like that, that's certainly going to give you some confidence.
Jaden Payne is coming into the game for Queens. We got a timeout on the floor. "30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. Our second game today will be the Setters from Pace against the Lions from Malloy University. Malloy just 3.5 miles down the road. Last year they hosted this tournament. Conference Classic for the NE10 and the ECC.
And Jim, it's great getting this classic together, especially the NE10 and the ECC, two of the best conferences across Division II. So it's awesome being able to get these four local schools together, opening weekend of this season, kick things off the right way.
Well, obviously it's very early, but the committee, when they do NCAA at-large bids, they look at crossover games. You know, they got to make a decision on a team. So even though it's November, this will matter in the end of February, early March.
Certainly.
Delphi out of bounds, throws it up top. This is Mason Jackson in front of Queens bench. Backing his man in, he looks to finish. A lot of control with his dribble, doesn't rush his move. He's a veteran now, he's a junior. Tyler Michelle handling it for Queens. Tyler played at St. Francis Prep, one of the best coached teams in the New York City Catholic League. Tom does a tremendous job. Shot, good. Nice turnaround. Eric Tynes. He prepped up in Massachusetts. Here's Matt Price. Over to Jackson, far wing. He'll look to go down the middle. Reverse, can't finish.
That was a big block right there from Pena.
This is Tynes with it. More Chester running the point for the Knights right now. He's a lefty. Shell falls down and Delphi takes advantage. Cannot make the layup. Be a foul against Queens as Connor took the brunt of the contact. Good hustle by Queens. They hustled back, defending the layup. So O'Connor will go to the free throw line.
First trip to the line all game here for the Panthers.
Connor was 0 for 1 yesterday, but he did have 9 points in the contest. Quick guard from Elizabeth, New Jersey. The birthplace of yours truly. Long time ago. Played at neighboring Bloomfield College. Excellent program in North Jersey. They're in the CACC. He's now at Adelphi along with Andres Francio. Both played at Bloomfield Bears. Here's Sean Walton back in the game. Connor gets the break. Tyler Michelle handling the ball. And moves Shamar Chester to an off guard. He wears number 12. Here's Condi, 33, back to Chester. Chester going against Walton. He's got the step. They're going to get a foul probably on Walton. Yep, that's his second.
A great spin move up top there by Chester to create that space.
Now, Deshaun is 6'4", which is kind of tall for a point guard. So you got to get really low against a quick player like Chester. He's a lefty. Good free throw shooter, 78% last year. Sean comes out of the game. Connor will run the point. Taven Pierre-Philippe is wearing number 3. Andre Francio, number 2. Mason Jackson, number 4. And the big fella in the middle, Noah Sagnia. All right, here's the press by Queens. Last year they did this a lot. It's like a run and jump full court man. Delphi has no trouble breaking it. Good pass inside, but Francio cannot finish. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Gonna set the shot clock. Referee's discussing it. We get on the same page here. Nine minutes exactly remaining in the first half. 19 on the shot clock. Delphi out of bounds play. Noah Sadagia with the ball. Good pass inside to the inbounder. Got the basket. Nice play. Travis, the inbounder, wound up getting the layup.
Yeah, and drew the foul in the process, so potential three-point play here.
You know, I'm going to go on demand, and I'm going to watch that play and probably steal it for my high school team. For those kind of results, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Connor with the assist, Philippe with the basket. And he makes the three-point play the traditional way. 28-15. Chester with it, far sideline. Pick and roll action. Delphi hedges and goes back. Pena, number 3, with it. Keeps his dribble alive. He's in the near corner. Backing Jackson in. Foul is going to be on Sagnia. Helping out Mason Jackson in that case, and Sagnia gets called on a foul. His first foul. Delphi's committed 6. Jaden Pena is from Zavarian High School, no quality high school program in the New York City Catholic League. Played over at Allen Hancock College. He's 6'7", weighs 215. He's a junior. Gets a friendly roll on his free throw.
Yeah, he was 3 for 5 from the line yesterday, now 2 for 2 to start this one.
Late whistle on a drive for Adelphi. Coach Collier is not happy. Condi gets called in a foul. The Westchester Community College transfer. 14 foul charge to the Knights. Alpatir Connor on the line for the Panthers. Coach Collier was an assistant at NJIT. Also worked with Bruiser Flint over at Drexel. This is Chester with it. He worked around the perimeter by the Knights. Tynes nowhere to go, kicks it back out. Shot clock's under 10. Look for a high pick and roll. Loose ball, and we got a whistle. It's going to be against Adelphi. And New Agnia gets another one. So in a 2-minute period, New Ag's got 2 fouls. He'll come out of the game, and Rangel's going to replace him. Shot goes in and out. 29-17 Adelphi. Rangel. Connor over to Jackson. Rangel finishes. Looks like the referee was very lenient on the 3-second call because Adelphi made 2 passes once they got to the lane. Chester handling the ball, being pressured by the Panthers. Skip pass to Pena. Downtown NBA range. Back iron way off. Connor pushing it. Vencio on the trail. Back iron no good. Jackson with a rebound for the Panthers. Extra pass made into the corner to Rangel. Looks for a cutting for Vencio. Ball is deflected, but we got another whistle. They're going to get Chester on a defensive foul. Amari Bird back in the game. Jane Seraphin, number 2, also back in the game. Double stack at the elbows for Adelphi on the inbounds play. Matt Price top of the circle. Now the ball's to Rangel. Philippe with it going one-on-one. Reverse left-handed layup. Excellent move by Tavin-Pierre Philippe.
Great take there by Philippe.
Tabin doing a great job off the dribble. Local kid, went to Baldwin High School. Shea losing it. Adelphi continues to run. Mason Jackson misses the layup. Queens looking to push it. Ayala back in the game wearing number 0. Ayala with a shot, no good. We got a 2-on-1 for the Panthers. Price, he finishes.
Good fast break bucket there for the Panthers.
And their transition game going.
Slowly just continuing to pull away from the Knights here.
Yeah, if you're Queens, you want to try to get this into single digits by halftime. Right now it's going the wrong direction. C makes that happen. Knockdown 3, top of the circle.
It's a great shot and a great job being able to create some separation there.
He had a good game last night. Had 14 points, made a couple threes. Rangel on the block. Back outside, Mason Jackson, top of the key, and he knocks one down. 38-20 for the Panthers. Ball goes inside. Bird with it. Backing in. Ball's tipped out. Picked up by Ayala. Ayala with a hard dribble. Ball is loose. Serving will throw it up as the Hornets getting ready to go on a shot clock. Mason Jackson pushing again for the Panthers. Ball's deflected out of bounds. Damari Window, number 45, back in the game for the Knights. C handling it for Queens. Window with it. Ayala reverses the siege. Blocked by Rangel. Ball stays on the floor. C picks it up, throws up an air ball. Adelphi looking to run as usual. And Connor gets fouled on the shot. You saw Mason Jackson, Travis, make a three earlier. He only took 32 threes last year in the whole season and made 7 of them. So when he made that three earlier today, it was kind of like I had to double check.
Just had to make sure it was actually Mason Jackson, huh?
He's known for his great defense, however. He's a very team-oriented player. Offense is like second nature to him. But if you're going to leave me open, I'm not going to be shy, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you see it early on here in this one. Mason Jackson's also a player that plays with a lot of pace to his game. So he forces the Knights defenders to make quick decisions, which ultimately leads to mistakes.
If you notice about the Adelphi break, their spacing is excellent.
Yes, absolutely.
39-20. Adelphi by 19. Michelle back in the game, handling it. He wears number 13, being picked up by Rangel. Ball in the corner. Ball inside B to Bird. Omari getting double teamed. We're going to get a whistle. Matt Price called on a helping defense and a foul. A little too aggressive by Matt. Rencio back in the game for the Panthers. He wears number 2. Coach Duke with a lot of depth this year, Travis. All these new guys are making contributions. He's got the core back from last year with Walton and Jackson. Matt Price, another returnee, knocks down at 3. That's his game. Curl, jump shooter.
Yeah, I've been watching Matt Price do that for a couple of seasons now. He used to come up to Southern New Hampshire when I was there and torture the penmen on that move right there.
All right. Tell you how old I am, Travis. When I coached up for Adelphi, when we played them, New Hampshire College.
New Hampshire College, yeah.
Stanley Spiro. Now they got the name of the court on the floor,
Yep,
right?
the Fieldhouse,
Yes.
yep, the Stan Spiro Fieldhouse.
Legendary. My first coach working here, my head coach was Jimmy O'Connor, and before he got to Adelphi, one of his stops, he was an assistant with Stanley up in New Hampshire with the Penmen. Manchester.
Yes. The Queen City.
Yeah. Got a bunch of colleges in that area, right? St. A's is up there, St. Anselm's.
Yep, right over the bridge.
I'm sure when those two battle, it's the hot ticket in town.
Penman and Hawks is a big rivalry. Doesn't matter what sport it is. It could be field hockey, ice hockey, basketball, soccer. It's going to be a tight contest, and there's going to be a rivalry feel to the game for sure. I'm sure pretty similar to what it's like when the Panthers and Malloy take off right down the road.
Oh, sure.
Of course, obviously different conferences, but
You know, different states have like more college pride, so to speak. We don't got a lot of professional interest in the New York area. So, I mean, the only game in town, I guess, in Manchester would be a St. A's New Hampshire College game, or now Southern New Hampshire.
Yep.
But nobody's had this place packed before. Back when I was coaching there, we played over at Woodruff Hall, which you see right through the window. Seated 300 people. And every year, every game, it was like 350 in there. People standing on the track, and it was such an atmosphere.
And that's what's the best about college sports is the atmosphere.
Tremendous. We had a good crowd here last night, Friday night, opening game for the season. A lot of enthusiasm. Everybody's curious how these new guys are going to fit in with Adelphi, and they certainly fit in well.
And there's definitely a lot of hype behind this Panthers team as well for this season. And, you know, team finished 18-11 last year. They made a run. They were towards the top of the NE10 standings. That ended up losing in the quarterfinals to the team we were just talking about, St. Anselm. So it's going to be interesting to see, like you mentioned, a bunch of new faces. But Adelphi, they're ready to and primed to make another run here and want to go further than they did last season.
Well, that's just it. They have good regular seasons, but they want to get that NCAA bid. That's what you play for. Try to get into, you know, the dance, as they call it. March Madness.
Well, everybody knows once you punch your ticket, anything can happen.
Oh, yeah. All levels.
Exactly.
Backdoor cut by Adelphi. Turnover. Queens with it at the 2:40 mark. Ball is deflected. Loose ball. Who wants it? Francio has it. Actually, Philippe has it into the corner. Jackson for three. Well, I guess he heard me because he had 7 last year. He's got 2 already today.
Yeah, for a guy who doesn't shoot threes very often, 100% from behind the arc here in this first half, I should say. And Adelphi just up by 22 now. Or, pardon me, 21. They are having an incredible first half here. Doing a great job shooting the ball, 62% from 3, Jim.
Yeah. They are hot. As on the other side, Queens 12.5%, 12.5. Overall, Adelphi shooting 60%. Rebounds are pretty similar, 16 to 12. The Panthers lead that area. Another thing I always look at when you go to the stats is the turnovers. Queens with 6, Adelphi with 4. Now, 4 is not a bad number considering how fast you play. Adelphi likes to play up tempo. Naturally, you're going to turn the ball over more. You got to be extra safe with the ball when you're playing at a high speed. So 4 is a number you can live with. Queens College ball. Michael with the ball. And it's Ayala. Over to Amari Bird. Chester with it. Tyler Michelle with it, going against Matt Price. Mason Jackson picks it up on a switch. Michelle with a left-hand layup, can't finish. Adelphi looking to run. And coast to coast goes Connor.
That's
Off Atia Connor.
just a great take right there by Connor. He saw the lane and didn't hesitate at all.
You know, the interesting thing is when you recruit on the transfer portal, a lot of times you're going against guys who played in your gym as an opponent.
Which helps coaches because you
don't need
the
tape.
player.
You just look at tape when he played against you. You remember.
And the nice part about that is if it's a transfer from within conference or a former opponent, you have relationships with the coaches. You can get a feel for the player, their personality, what they're going to bring inside the room and not just on the floor.
Right. And like St. Rose up at Albany closed, the university closed, and as a result, you know, their players are all over the league, including Nuwa Sagnia, the 6'10", who wears number 15 for the Panthers. Free throws by Ayala. Price on a handoff. Looks for a pick and roll, forced to wrangle. Queens College does a good job seeing it. Chester to the rim. And that's what he can do. He can really explode with the left hand. He was an all-Queens player at a high school construction in high school. And the second leading scorer last year for the Knights.
you mentioned the quickness earlier of Shamar Chester as well, and you saw it there. Both laterally and up and down the floor, he can move.
Jackson takes another three, and that one he missed. Ball's over to Chester for a three. Back iron, no good. Matt Price into the corner. This is Rangel backing in. I'm going to go 1-on-1. He kicks it out. Pierre Philippe is off. David missed that one. Was that an inadvertent whistle?
So the shot clock was reset back to 24. Should have been to 13.
I don't think it hit the rim. Well, it's 13 on the shot clock, 25.9 in the first half. Rangel setting the screen, ball's reversed to Jackson. This is Matt Price, and we have a whistle. They're calling Chester on, he thinks, a ticky-tack foul. Trying to fight through a screen. Coach Kai having a discussion with the official.
It's Chester's third foul as well.
Yeah, that hurts, especially with less than 20 seconds left in the half.
Yeah.
You're kind of counting on him to make it happen, you know? Trying to get back in the game in the second half. Rangel gets the friendly roll on the foul line. Jarnell dealt with injuries last season. Started 2 games, only played in 9. He was 13 for 21, 62% last year when he played for the Panthers. 48-28 you score. Last possession and a half to the Knights. This is Ayala. Step back, pull up. Back iron no good. Rangel with the rebound, and that's your half. Adelphi 48, Queens College 28. Well, Adelphi's been leading from the beginning, Travis, and they again playing excellent.
Yeah, they had a great first half. They picked up right where they left off last night. We talked about it a little bit in the pregame, both sides. Obviously taking away the positives from yesterday and coming into today knowing it's a new day. Adelphi aren't resting on their laurels. They didn't come into today thinking, oh, we had a great game yesterday, we're going to have another great game again. No, they're putting in the work to make sure that they have a great game today, and it's no mistake why they're leading by 20 heading into halftime.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, the stat sheet doesn't always tell you the story, but I'm looking at 2 stats here that I think do paint the picture a little bit of how this game has gone. And first one I'm looking at, defensive rebounds. Adelphi up 15-9, getting the ball off the glass on the defensive side of the floor. Queens definitely needs to be more aggressive inside the paint. Not aggressive in the sense of taking fouls, but aggressive in the sense of you want the ball. That ball needs to be yours. The other stat I'm looking at, Adelphi team 12 assists, Queens College none. That tells me Adelphi's working the ball around. They're playing as a 5-man unit out on the floor, and that's why they're getting the opportunities that they're getting, and they're 18 for 31 from the field because they're moving the ball around and they're creating those open opportunities. Queens, no assists for anybody. You're 6 from 24 from the field. You're 1 for 9 from 3. That tells me you got to work the ball around a little bit more. Get inside, get to the dirty areas, and get those tough baskets.
And, you know, they got the personnel to get the ball inside. They just got to be more patient, stop looking for the jump shot, get the ball inside, and maybe the Knights will get back in this.
100%.
Adelphi's largest lead was 23. They held the lead throughout the whole half. Stat that steps out for me is points on the fast break. Now, Live Stats has it down as fast break points at Adelphi with 10 and only 2 for Queens. So, I mean, right there's an 8-point differential.
And even look a little lower than that. Points in the paint. 22 for Adelphi, 4 for Queens. So it goes back to what I was just saying. You got to get the ball inside if you're the Knights. You got to get those dirty, tough baskets.
I'm sure Coach Kai is bringing those points up at halftime. We'll be back with more halftime analysis. You're watching NE10 now on Flow College.
Receive the same level of expert care our athletes receive with NYU Langone Health, the official medical services provider for Adelphi University Athletics. With locations throughout Long Island, including right next door in Garden City and Mineola, NYU Langone has your back. Make an appointment with their
Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about a lot of things. It's about having an impact on the field, in the classroom, and in our communities. It's about leading the way and setting the standard across Division II. Being an NE10 student athlete is about embracing the work, finding our balance, enjoying our journey, and embracing the victory.
Amazing, come on!
It's about embracing self-discovery, growing as an athlete, a student, a person, and a leader. Being a Northeast 10 student athlete is about embracing you.
Southwest Grill is a local hotspot located on Stewart Avenue in Garden City, with more than 20 fresh ingredients like all-natural chicken, grass-fed steak, organic tofu, and handcrafted guac. They give you the freedom to create exactly what you're craving. Enjoy 10% off your bill by showing your Adelphi ID. Welcome to those where originality is celebrated. The Adelphi University Department of Athletics is pleased to announce its partnership with My Three Sons Bagel Cafe, adding a new location on NASA Boulevard to go along with their two existing locations on Franklin and Gilbert Avenue. Not only do they specialize in hand-rolled bagels and assorted breakfast items such as pancakes and French toast, but they have a wide variety of homemade cream cheese and salad spreads. My Three Sons egg sandwiches are the talk of the town, and they always have a fresh hot coffee brewing. My Three Sons Bagel Cafe, a one-stop shop on your way to work.
They did a very good job through the first 7-8 minutes of getting inside and drawing fouls. They just weren't getting the basket to fall when they were getting to the line. They got to get back to that. How they started this game, get inside, force Adelphi to foul you, get to that free throw line, and from there, the shots will fall.
And they'll get the first opportunity in the first half. Be Queens ball. They're going left to right on your computer screen. They're in their white uniforms, red numbers and blue trim. Adelphi in the black, gold numbers, white trim. Chester looked to pull up. Count the basket. Actually, it's Jaden Seraphin with the pull up. Jaden grew up right down the road in Malvern. Excellent player for the Mules. And he looked really good getting into the paint, jump stopping and knocking down a little baby jump shot. Puts the old flash and three-point play. Matt Price is in for Andre Friencio. Adelphi ball. It's Mason Jackson over to Walton. Walton loses his right hand. Price the far corner. Far wing, rather. Ball's reversed to Jackson. Jackson gets into the paint. Kicks it outside of Walton. Shot clock at 5. Nice bounce pass to Noah Sagnia, and he finishes. And there's a spill on the floor. When the Knights is on the ground. Good to see that he's okay. That was Omari Bird who went down. Omari's a 6'8 junior. Prepped in Michigan. Also played at St. Clair County Community College. So Adelphi's lead is 50-31. Just see with it. Where's number 1? Keeps his dribble alive. Looks a little pick and roll action. Adelphi does a terrible job guarding it, but Queens can't finish. Condi misses. He wore number 30. Wears number 33.
Yeah, that's one Condi's going to want back there.
2-1 for the Knights. Alley-oop thrown out of bounds. Condi will try to receive a pass from C. Got to take care of the ball.
I'd rather see C just take that right to the basket himself and lay it in there.
I agree. It's Matt Price handling it. Pierre Philippe. Tabin launches a 3. Back iron, no good. Queens looking to push. Blocked by the Panthers. Attempt to lay it by Seraphin. Here's Walton, corner to Price. Good ball fake. Back to Walton with the extra pass. Knocked down. Assist to Matt Price. Bucket for Deshaun Walton. That's sharing the ball.
That's a beautiful play right there from the Panthers.
I said half-court play for the Knights. See calling it out. Lindo steps out with it. Going against Mason Jackson. Ball skipped to Ayala. The sideline, the Seraphin. There's no move in the paint to use. He's got Lindo launch a long 3. The shot clock goes down to 0. And there'll be a violation against the Knights. Bird's back in the game. He wears number 5. And Tynes comes in the game for Queens College. Eric Tynes is a 6'7 junior. He prepped at Phillips Academy up in Massachusetts. Deshaun Walton. Adelphi running a bunch of slip screens in there. Half-court set. But Philippe will just take it to the rack. He's just doing what he wants.
Yeah, that's a great take from Philippe. He's got 10 now.
You know what I like about him, and only the 2 games I've seen him play, great body control. I mean, he went to the lane, stayed with it himself, wasn't off balance, used the glass. Now he's got an old-fashioned 3 coming up.
He had 18, 5, and 5 yesterday in the game against Malloy. And he's got a pretty good pace so far here, early going in the second half.
Makes the traditional three-point play. C with it, far sideline. Chester, ball fake, no whistle. C between the circles. Puts it on the floor with his left hand. Step back, and he's got an offensive foul. JC charged with the offensive foul, pushing off, free himself at the foul line.
Offensive foul on number 1, JC.
Walton with it for the Panthers. High-low inside. Easy play for Nua Sagnia. Walton's going to love working with Nua.
Had the mismatch in the paint with C guarding him and didn't have to do much there. Just popped up a little bit off the ground and laid it in.
Tough move by Chester. Can't finish. Bird off the back of the iron. Walton loses. Decked out of bounds by Chester. Good hustle by Shamar. Seems like Queens still got the intensity going, even though they're down by a bunch. Right there, Shamar Chester ran down to Sean Walton, knocked the ball out of bounds. Price to Nua Sagnia. Hey, he looks smooth on that pull-up. Great addition to the club. Former center for College of St. Rose. Chester to Bird. Bird to C. C keeping it alive. Cross-court pass. Tynes with a turnaround. Knockdown for Tynes.
Good shot from Tynes. 2 for 2 now from the field.
He's a junior guard. Taven Philippe tries to throw an alley-oop to Nua Sagnia, who knocks it out of bounds. That was a difficult play to succeed in. A left-handed lob that was short and was knocked out of bounds. So Knights get the ball back. Trailing by 27. Ball goes into the corner to C. Going against Matt Price. Cross-court pass to Chester in the near corner. And he caught it out of bounds. Alpatier Connor back in for the Panthers. Good job, Walton, handling it. Gets it back for Nua Sagnia. Walton backing his man inside. So strong for a point guard position, but he can't finish on the shot. Still like a three-man, but he's playing a point. Chester right-hand layup. Good to see that out of the lefty. Went to the weak hand. Matt Price, long three-pointer. Back iron, no good. Delphi showing less discipline right now, Travis.
Definitely. I think they see that they have a big lead here, and now they're starting to take a bit more chances getting away from their game plans. Got to reel it back in a little bit. I'm sure Coach Duke will do that with the players. We'll see how they respond as Queens is starting to get on a little bit of a run themselves here.
Yeah, Tynes finishing his short corner jumper last possession. Price launches another three. Missed his last two. Delphi's not getting back. We're going to see a timeout from Coach Duke. I see it coming right now. Timeout Panthers. Leak out by Lindo. He caught the pass, threw it down for the Knights. They're within 21, 60-39. Timeout at Delphi. It's a full timeout, so we'll step away. You're watching NE10 now on Flo College.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the center for Adelphi University.
Nobody plays a perfect game. Right there is
Yeah, you can see the last 2-3 minutes where it's just kind of been.
When we come back, you want me to replay that steal and dunk? Sure. I got it.
all you on that, Travis.
So we're back on NE10 now. Travis Quigley here breaking you down. Look at that dunk right there from Lindo off the turnover. Good fast break point for the Knights. Certainly needed that. Forced Coach Duke to call a timeout, Jim.
Exactly. Delaware having a good game until then. They're getting a little lazy and didn't get back defensively. Lindo threw it down. Connor with it. Stops in the lane. Good help defense by Queens. Pull up by Walton is short. Jackson with it. Now Matt Price handling it. Now what I tell my players in a situation like this, when you're not playing well, try to get the ball inside so you can get chances at the foul line. Stop momentum by having other teams foul. By the way, that's not my idea. I heard that from a Rick Pitino speech once. Fouling negates momentum.
Yeah, Rick Pitino's St. John's. I know they're playing in a little bit here.
Yeah, City's excited for him.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of hype last year, a little bit more this year. I think there's more hype for Rutgers basketball in the area this year. They got the big recruiting class that just came in.
Backdoor cut by Mason Jackson. Beautiful play. That's how you run a side out of bounds for a bucket. Price hitting Jackson for the dunk. Two veterans.
Great job by Jackson just getting free there.
That's another clip I'm going to watch for the future. I'm going to steal that one also. This is Chester looking inside the Bird. Cross-court pass. Tynes for three. He's short. Ball's deflected out of bounds. Possession to Adelphi. Got some good Adelphi news for you guys. Women's team played today. 61-55 over at Caldwell. Over in New Jersey. Nice win. They'll be home 5:30 against Felician here at the Center for Recreation and Sport, and again next Saturday against Chestnut Hill. Connor's going to lose it. Queens is looking to push. C with it. J to the rim. Back iron no good. Matt Price with the rebound. 2-on-1 for Adelphi. Walton's going to take it himself, and he finishes. Strong left hand.
Good take from Walton. 5 points now for him. Go along with 4 rebounds and 4 assists.
Ball up top. JC with it. Into the corner. Good ball fake. Pull up by Lindo. Shot no good. Rangel with a rebound for Adelphi. Rangel was one of the best shot blockers in America when he played at Caldwell. Now he's got the ball in the wing. This is Walton to the rim. He gets fouled going up. And his teammates are over there to see how he is. Men's team will be traveling to Dominican Wednesday, a 7 o'clock game against the Chargers. They'll be back here for a conference game against Assumption. Game time 3:30. Queens will have a week off before they play Chestnut Hill at home over in Flushing. 3 o'clock game for the Knights against Chestnut Hill.
Big 2 games for the Panthers coming up with Dominican and Assumption getting the NE10 play started next weekend.
Yep.
Greyhounds making the nice bus ride from Worcester.
Yeah, you like to get a couple W's under your belt before you go into league play. So far, Adelphi is following the script. Walt made the free throws. We got a whistle. It's going to be a timeout, Queens College.
Price thought he had a steal there just as
No.
C turned to call the timeout.
It's a full timeout, so we'll step away. You're watching NE10 now on Low College.
Fans, please draw your attention to center court for the Adelphi University dance team. Fans, give it up for the Adelphi University dance team.
I teach in Queens. I'm right by the casino, right by Aqueduct.
They play at the World Ice Arena. It's right near City Field.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Flushing Meadows Park.
Sure, yeah. So back to live action. Jaden Seed handling it for the Knights. Long three attempt. A little flop action that time by Tynes. Referee didn't buy it. Nice shot by Tynes. 66-42. Adelphi by 24. Mason Jackson trying to be too fancy on the dribble. Queens runs it down, but then they lose it. See if Queens gets a little aggressive. They're known for their press, Travis, but they haven't been using it this weekend. Adelphi's got good ball handlers, so they might be leery about it. With all the new guys, maybe they don't really have all the plays in as far as the traps and all that. We only saw it a couple of times last night against Pace. But traditionally, Queens likes to play disruptive, get up in your face, extend the defense, trap. Right now they're playing strictly half-court man.
Panthers move very quick. They play with a lot of pace to their game when they have possession of the ball. So my thought process there is they don't want to get caught on too many fast breaks.
That's how you run a pick and roll. Mason Jackson inside to Nua Sagnia. 26-point lead.
He's had a great game, Mason Jackson. 14 points, 6 rebounds, now 3 assists for him.
Dynamite. Chester with it. Skip pass, deflected by Price. Ball stays with Queens. Taven Pierre-Philippe in for the Panthers. He gives Mason Jackson a break. Mason's stat line, 14 points, 6 boards, 2 assists. In only 24 minutes. Chester to the rim. Blocked by Sagnia. Ball's out of bounds. Adelphi be looking more at that. They got him and Rango in the lineup. That's some tandem when it comes to blocking shots for Adelphi. Good ball fake and a pull-up. That's how you use your ball fake to knock down a shot. Lindo for the jumper. Nice move by Lindo. This is Price putting the ball on the floor, going to the rim. Jump stops, tries to go against the taller Knights. Tough to go against the trees when you're 5'11". Actually, Matt's listed at 6'2". And the guys inside defensively were like 6'8". Michael right back with a 3. Correction, Tynes right back with a 3 for Queens. Walt with a missed shot. And again, a little sloppy again. The Panthers, backcourt violation.
Yeah, over the last couple of minutes, the Panthers, it's truthfully a good thing that they have the big lead that they do because, like you said, they've gotten a little bit sloppy, a little bit complacent at times, both offensively and defensively. They're lucky Queens hasn't taken more advantage in the last few minutes to really close this gap.
Andres Rencio back in the game. He places Price. This is Tynes, likes to operate on this side of the court. He's made a couple of jumpers from here. See with it. Pull up in the top of the circle. In and out. Walt with a rebound for the Panthers, but gives it right to Shamar Chester, who gets the layup for the Knights.
That is a phenomenal steal right there from Shamar Chester.
Well, he's stepping up his game this afternoon. Struggled yesterday. All Queens guard from the high school of construction. Long 3 by Fagencio. Fagencio makes the 3. Right in front of Coach Duke.
Panthers definitely needed that bucket.
See Hanley in. C struggled from the field. He's 1 for 8. Now one jumper was a 3 that went in. He's got the ball in his hands now. Keeps his dribble alive and loses it. Case of over dribbling. All right, more stability. Mason Jackson will join the Panthers on the court. And Connor comes back in for Adelphi. Connor being hounded by Lindo. Pass and cut. A little Adelphi motion right now. Pierre Philippe continues to dribble the ball. They're going to call an illegal screen for Nua Sagnia. Saw that yesterday. It's usually that play. The problem is the guard doesn't wait for the forward to get set. And that's what happened on that play. Foul called against the big man. Guard's got to be more patient. Wait for the screen. Shamar Chester handling it. Shamar with an 8-foot pull-up, nothing but net. Good body control. Waits for the defender to come down. He knocks it over.
12 points for Chester now, 5 for 8 from the field.
Is it a breakaway? That's what we're going to find out. Lindo got the steal. Let's see how they rule this. He was going for the ball. No, but it's an NBA game. You might be going to the monitor here.
At the line for Queens College, number 45,
No, they could have dealt by just a common foul.
2 shots.
Taven Pierre Philippe on the foul. Parents have committed 3. Free throws no good for Lindo. And we got a whistle. Lindo a little aggressive. That's a frustration foul. You miss your free throws, you try to get the ball back defensively, and you get called on a reach. Third foul on Lindo. Pierre Philippe with it, and he's getting rid again by Lindo. This is not a good matchup for Lindo. Pierre Philippe, shorter player, very quick. Tough for Lindo to guard him.
And a little bit of jawing back and forth between the two there as well. You see a little rivalry brewing on the court.
And Lindo's coming out. I believe that's his 4th. Sean Walton held in for Adelphi. Over to Mason Jackson. Curl for Andres Valentio into the corner to Nua Sagnia. 2 first-year Panthers playing with it, and they throw it out of bounds to a 3rd first-year Panther. Deflected out of bounds by Queens. That's Connor. Patir Connor from Bloomfield. The Bears of Bloomfield College, one of the better teams in the region. Sean Walton handling it. Shot clock runs down, hits the front iron. Things are getting a little chippy, so the refs are cracking down on it, and Deshaun Walton got called on his 3rd foul. Plays with great intensity. Looks like Chester got hit in the mouth. Shamar's going to have to come out. It's going to be looked on by the trainer. Queens has got this game down to 20. 7:47 remaining. Referees are having a conference as we have a dead ball. Clock stopped, obviously. I wonder if they're talking about a flagrant foul, Travis.
Potentially.
Just my only guess.
Yeah, you got the 3 officials meeting at center court right now, having a conversation as both teams are at their respective benches. First and foremost, most important thing, it does look like Shamar Chester's doing all right down at the bench.
He'll have to sit out 1 second. Unless they charge you with a timeout. That's the rule. If you take a timeout, you can leave the player in the game. But this is a lengthy timeout called by the officials.
I think part of it is we're getting the floor cleaned up a little bit here.
Yep. I see that right in front of the Luigi sign. So play will resume.
The foul is called granted to a flagrant 1. Shooting for Queens College, number 32, Garrett.
You were right, Jim. Flagrant 1 the call.
Flagrant 1 on Walton. Doing the honors on the free throw line is Tynes. He makes both free throws. The possession will go to Queens College. 71-53. Things were getting a little chippy last couple of minutes, and the referee said, hey, we've had enough. And Chester's not even in the game anymore. He's still being attended to by the nurse, the trainer. And JC with it, handling for the Knights. Cut it to within 18, trying to make a tighter game here. Over to Bird. Bird to Ayala. Tynes will launch a 3. Rebound, Adelphi. Connor with it. Throws the ball away. Nowhere to go in a transition. Here's Queens pushing it. Tynes. C. Being guarded by Connor. Spin dribble. Pull up. Bank shot. In and out.
That's just unlucky for C there. That was a good move and a good shot.
Taven Pierre-Philippe handling for the Panthers. Pull up for 3. Knocked down. Panthers needed that bucket. 74-53.
Philippe up to 14 points now.
And they've been kind of stagnant offensively. Ball to the corner. Here's Lindo in the foot near corner. Oh, to Ayala. He wears number 0. Mason Ayala from LaFrac City. Driving on the left wing. Goes to the middle. No good. We got a whistle. It's going to be Bird over the back. Number 5 for Queens. First foul for Bird. 6 on Queens College in the second half. Nobody's committed 4. Panthers 11-point cushion. Jackson reverses it to Price. Sagnia back to Price into the corner now. Launched by 3. Taven Philippe doesn't make it. Pierre-Philippe rather. Valencia picks up the loose ball, left-hand layup, in and out. Transition for the Knights. Lindo for three in the corner. Loves that spot. He's got nice form.
Yeah, good shot from Lindo. First made three of the day for him.
Fourth field goal for him in the afternoon. Valencia with it. Taking it to the rim. Step back. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound Lindo. C with it. Lindo to trail. Lindo to the rim. And we got a whistle. They're going to get Valencia on this. Yep.
Adelphi foul number 2, Andres Fulgencio. His fourth. Team's fifth.
Andre's got 4 fouls. Team has 5. He'll be coming out. Deshaun Walton will be re-entering. So, Travis, if you're a coach, you show a lot of game tape. You want improvement, obviously. Last 7 minutes, I think, is what you would probably show if you're Coach Duke. Because it hasn't been the same level that was the first half, and especially last night.
Certainly, and I mean, you even look back to the beginning of this half. Adelphi had a 29-point lead at one point. Queens has slowly chipped away at it here, and they're closing the gap. Adelphi, it's just the last, like you said, 6-7 minutes, just a little bit sloppier. They've gotten away from the things that have led to their success, both last night and throughout the early portions of this game.
16-point cushion now for the Panthers. They got the ball. Ball's out of bounds off of the Knights.
Out of bounds, Adelphi ball. Checking in for Adelphi number 14, Jordan Ramsey.
Rangel with it over to Price. This is Walton, Rangel. Price to the lane. Running one-handed, good. Turn the corner, accelerated, finished the shot. Matt Price. 76-58 Panthers. We approach 4 minutes. Ayala, Chester with a pull-up in the short corner. And we got a foul on Adelphi. Taven Pierre Philippe on it. I'll tell you, when they try to clean it up as far as the whistles with referees, they call a lot of tight ones. Taven Pierre Philippe thought he had his hand straight in the air. They called a little touch foul. Maybe in a game with less, chippiness, so to speak, they would let something like that go.
Yep.
We already had one flagrant foul. And Shamar Chester got hit in the head during that play. He's back on the line, makes the free throw.
And it's also still early on in the season here,
Yep.
Jim. So that's another thing is officials are typically a little more by the book. They don't let as much go earlier on in the season. Sometimes you got some new rules that come into play that they're more aware of, that they're looking for a little bit more. So early on in the season, nothing's going to get past these officials. They're also the best in the game. They're here at the college level for a reason.
Yeah. It's a timeout. We're going to stay here, however. 4 minutes, 14 seconds remaining. We invite you to stay with us for the Pace Malloy game. The final of 4 games here in this conference challenge between the NE10 and the East Coast Conference. After this game, Travis is going to go down to the floor and talk to Coach Duke, so please stay for that interview. I'm sure he'll be positive in regards to the first half. Second half, I'm not too sure. But always has an interesting comment. Well worth the listen. You know, as a coach, even though I've been in this a long time, I always try to steal ideas from other coaches. You know, coaches are the biggest thieves in the world, especially when it comes to basketball knowledge. And I make sure I listen when Coach Duke speaks. I got a guy I listen to all the time on NBA radio named Sam Mitchell. Sam was the coach of the Timberwolves. He played in the NBA for 16 years. Every time I listen to him, I always try to pick something up. And he's interesting because not only was a player, he was a coach, so he has both perspectives, you know, about basketball.
Certainly. That's what it's all about. You got to learn something new every day, bring something new to the table, and do what you can to help the people around you succeed. And usually the best knowledge you get is from your peers.
Exactly. Sean Walton handling it for Adelphi. Being guarded by Ayala. Over to Price. Ball's being reversed around the perimeter. This is Mason Jackson. Price with it. Gets to the paint. Stops. Little bounce pass. Nice bounce pass. Layup combination between Price and Taven Pierre-Philippe.
A good little fake from Price before making that bounce pass to Philippe.
You know, I say this all the time. I think Matt Price is going to be a coach one day. He just thinks the game of basketball while he's on the floor.
Yeah, if you're a first-time watcher, you can tell that Matt Price is a very high IQ player.
JC on the call, on the foul rather. You know, also you get a lot of point guards who become coaches because, you know, they're like floor generals while they're playing, and, you know, they take it to the sideline when they, stop playing. You know, one that comes to mind is Jason Kidd over at Dallas. You know, obviously not the only one. Here's Price with it. He'll launch an NBA three. Back iron no good. Rangel for the rebound, but doesn't come up with it. Lindo. Right-hand layup. Nice in and out move by Lindo. Went left to right. He's a lefty, but he finished with his right hand. He's got some talent. Lindo's from Oakland, California. Played at Nebraska Kearney. One of the better D2 leagues in the country. Mason Jackson into the corner to Walton. Picked up by Lindo. Lindo's going to race the Panthers to the rim, but he falls down. Panthers pick it up. Over to Price. Taven Pierre-Philippe trying to throw it down. He gets hit going up. Mari Bird on the foul. Team is over the limit. Second foul on Bird. Two-shot foul. Pierre-Philippe on the line. In and out on a free throw. This is both. Yesterday he was 1 for 2 from the line. Now he's 2 for 4 this afternoon. Shamar Chester between the circles. Going against the much shorter now Rangel. Throw the ball inside, but it's picked off by Adelphi. Pierre-Philippe, skip pass over to Matt Price. He'll bring it up and slow it down. It's like Coach Duke instructed him to do. Rangel to Walton. Mason Jackson, the veteran. Over to Price. They're going to run clock. Probably attack right after 10. And that's where we are in the shot clock. Mason Jackson outside the three. He'll launch one. Back iron, no good. Not really a good selection. Might get something going to the rim as the shot clock goes down. JC with it. Looks inside. Lindo on the block. Back outside the C. Smart with the rebound, and Rangel knocks it down. Smart Chester got the rebound, but Rangel was right there with the left-handed block. As I said, he's one of the better shot blockers around. But even though the ball was knocked out of bounds, the referee's got a foul against Jaden Pierre-Philippe. Taven with a foul will put Chester on the line for 2. That's his 4th personal foul, Taven Pierre-Philippe. 7 on the Panthers in the second half, which only has 1:14 remaining. Mind you, Travis Quigley's going to be with us, talking to Coach Duke in the coach's interview down at courtside as soon as this game is over. So we invite you to stay with us, and then stay with us for Pace and Malloy. Matt Price to the Walton. Rangel in the corner. Brings it back out. Panthers in no hurry. Mason Jackson spin move and a finish. Nice handle. Left hand to right with a spin. 80-64 lead for the Panthers. Top move and finished by Ayala. Gotta give Queens credit. They got down over 20 earlier and they hung in there. They're within 14 as the final ticks is coming down. They didn't quit on the court. They battled. Got down early. Adelphi jumped out with a big lead. The Knights competed. Probably have a shot clock violation as Adelphi is not going to be looking to shoot. Extra time in the game clock as opposed to the shot clock. There's the shot clock violation. So with 12.7 seconds remaining on the game clock, Adelphi will go back on defense. Queens will get the last possession of the contest. With this win, Adelphi will be 2-0 in the young season. Queens will go to 0-2. Queens will get a week off before playing next Saturday at their home opener. They'll be playing Chestnut Hill. Adelphi will go to Dominican Wednesday for a 7 o'clock game against the Chargers. And they'll be back here next Saturday against Assumption, playing the Greyhounds at 3:30 p.m. The women will be playing for Adelphi here at 5:30 against Felician on Wednesday. And then they will host Chestnut Hill on Saturday, the 16th. Once again, the final score 80 for Adelphi, Queens College 66. This is former Adelphi assistant Jim Pittman. We'll send you down to Travis Quigley and his interview with David Duke.
Take that one. Untangle these. Travis Quigley here with Coach James Field. Coach, another big win here in the Conference Challenge, 80-66 over Queens College. 2-0 on the weekend. How does it feel to start the season off strong like you did?
Anytime you win, it feels great. So
Excellent.
That alone,
Yeah.
that alone is terrific. Very excited. You know, we came out of the last 2 years with a win and a loss. So to have 2 wins out of the first week is terrific, and it feels great.
Especially, I'm sure, here on your home court as well.
100%. We love playing at home. We love playing in front of the fans.
Absolutely. So you look at the first half, I thought you guys were very dominant. You were shooting the ball well. I mean, for the game, you guys are over 50%. from the field, over 40% again from the three. Talk to me a little bit about in the second half. Coach Jim Pittman and I, we saw you call the timeout, about 10 minutes left. Queens started to kind of battle back a little bit. Looked like you wanted to settle your guys down. What was the message to the group, keeping them in the game and keeping to the system?
So we tell the guys all the time, it's not over till the buzzer goes off, you know? And I think with playing with a little bit of the lead, we started to play it a little too casual. And that was the first thing that I looked at when Emily gave me the stats, and then I saved the stats in the second half, from the first half. I always like to look at the turnovers from the first half and the second half. We had 5 turnovers in the first half, which is amazing, right? We tell the team, love to have 0, but like 10 or less is the game goal, right?
Absolutely.
We had 12 in the second half. So those turnovers led to runouts for them, led to easier baskets. They were playing in transition. And when you're playing in transition, the defense is just not going to be the same, right? So I think the turnovers and a little bit of the casualness led to them. They're a good team. They're a very good team. They play hard. They're physical. But a little bit of taking the foot off the gas and the casualness led to turnovers, led to baskets, and that's, I think, where that came from.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the right message to send at the time. Of course, you guys kind of found your game back a little bit. You led by 29 at one point in the game. You end up winning by 14 there. Now, you got Dominican on Wednesday, and then you open up NE10 play next Saturday. You got the one more non-conference game. I'm sure everybody's fired up for NE10 play. What's this week going to be like for you guys with practice and getting the boys prepared for that NE10 game next Saturday?
We'll be off tomorrow. Let them relax, just totally rest, get away from it, enjoy. You know, the hard part of winning is so hard. When you play 2 games in a row, we win last night, you get to celebrate till midnight, and then it's over. You're on to the next one, and their scouting report came before midnight. So this will be nice. They can relax, they can enjoy it, getting themselves mentally ready for another game. And then we're back at it on Monday with good practice and film. Dominican's really good. It's a tough place to play. And so we're not even thinking about assumption. It's really one game at a time and trying to go on the road and get a win at a hard place to play in Dominican.
And you go in, you beat Dominican on Wednesday, you're 3-0 to start the year. Gives the group a lot of confidence heading into that game on Saturday.
That would be great. Yes, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
That coming to fruition.
Coach, don't want to take up any more of your time. Enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy the 2-0 start to this season. We'll see you next weekend.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Travis Quigley here. Stay tuned. We got Malloy and Pace coming up next to finish off the ECC NE10 Conference Challenge.
Thanks,
awesome.
Man.
Thank you.
We won't hold SNU again.
Yeah.